Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Let we discuss about suggestion answer for Pre-Lab module. Pre-Lab Experiment 1, Determination of the formula unit of a compound. Here we have 3 learning outcomes to achieve. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to define the terms compound, formula unit, empirical formula, and molecular formula. The second one, to determine the formula unit of a compound. And the third one is to identify the safety precautions of the experiment. For introduction, you have 4 questions here. The first one, define the term compound. What is compound? Compound, a substance composed of 2 or more elements that are combined in fixed proportions. Number 2, what is a formula unit of a compound? Formula unit is the empirical formula of an ionic compound which represent the lowest whole number ratio of the ion in the compound. You can call as formula unit or empirical formula. Number 3, state the difference between empirical formula and molecular formula. Empirical formula represent the smallest mole ratio, while molecular formula is the actual mole ratio of the constituent elements in a chemical compound. Number 4, the formula unit of a compound can be determined if the composition of the ratio of the elements in the compound is known. Consider a compound that contains 0.2 mole of aluminium and 0.3 mole of oxygen. Determine its formula unit. As I said before, formula unit also can be said as empirical formula. Okay, now we want to determine the empirical formula of this compound, which is the answer is Al2O3. How we get this answer? First of all, you have to construct a table. The first row is element. The compound here contains element, aluminium, and oxygen. The second row, you include the mole of the element. Aluminium, you have 0.2, while oxygen, you have 0.3. You must get the lowest mole ratio, which is mole ratio you must divide by the smallest number mole. Here, between 0.2 and 0.3, 0.2 is the lowest number from 0.3. So 0.2 here must be divided by 0.2. 0.3 also here must be divided by 0.2 also. Then you get the number here, 1 and 1.5 here. Since you get the decimal point here, you cannot be round off. You have to multiply by the whole number. Here, the next row is the simplest mole ratio, which is for aluminium and oxygen. Aluminium you must multiply by 2. Oxygen 1.5 also multiply by 2. Why? Because when 1.5 multiplied by 2, you get 3 here. Aluminium also multiplied by 2, you get 2 here. After you get the whole number for each element, that's the answer. Empirical formula is Al2O3. That's the answer. Next, for procedure is you have 2 questions here. The first one, list the safety quotients in this experiment. Here, the first one is Wet hydrogen gas is very explosive. Thus, no flames are permitted in the laboratory when the gas is released. The second safety precaution is zinc chloride is caustic and must be handled carefully in order to avoid any contact with your skin. Should you come in contact with it, immediately wash the area. That is the safety precautions. The second one, the question asks you, the compound should not be heated to the point that it melts. Explain. It is because some of the compound will be lost due to sublimation process. Procedure question number 3. Why is the compound reheated, cooled and reweighed after the first heating? The answer is to be certain that all the moisture is removed, or you can say it as to make sure all the moisture in the compound completely dry. Question number 4. Construct a table to record the data for the experiment. So, how you want to construct the data table? You must have 5 rows. The first row, you must write mass empty crucible plus lid in unit gram. The second row, you must write mass of crucible plus lid plus zinc powder also in unit gram. Third row, you must write of mass of zinc powder, unit gram also. Number 4 is depend on your procedure. Mass of crucible plus lead plus zinc chloride can be divided into how many times you reheat, cool and reweigh. Okay, if you have 3 times, you must write first weighing, how many gram, second weighing, how many gram, third weighing, how many gram. If you only have 2 times, you just write the data for first weighing and the second weighing. Number 5 rules must write mass of zinc chloride and also gram unit. For data analysis, you want to try to calculate the formula unit of the compound based on the data given. So how? First step, you must get the mass of magnesium. How you get the mass magnesium? 0.3009 here. You just minus this value with this value. Number 2 minus number 1 here. You will get mass magnesium. The second one, you want to find the mass magnesium oxide, 0.506. How? You must get the last heating value, which is here, number 4, minus with the first value, number 1. So 4 minus 1, you get the mass of magnesium oxide. If you have the value of third heating, you must get the value third heating minus number 1. You will get the mass of magnesium oxide. How you want to get mass of oxygen? The value of 4 minus number 2. 4 minus 2, you get the mass of oxygen, 0.2051. So next, you have to draw or construct table empirical formula. The first row, you must write the element consists in the compound, which is magnesium and oxygen. The second row, you write the mass of each element that you find before this. Then the third row is you find the number of mole for each element you must divide by the molar mass of element. You get 0.0125 here for magnesium and 0.0129 for oxygen. The next row, you must find the mole ratio, which is between these two values. The mole here, which one is the smallest one? 0.0125. So both elements must divide by 0.0125. You get 1 for magnesium, and oxygen you get 1.03 here. Okay, here you did not have to multiply by any number because this is 0.032, right? So no need to round off. Okay, so you have to conclude that empirical formula is Mg1O1, MgO, magnesium oxide. This is the answer. Formula unit of the compound. That's all. Thank you.